when I had Jonathan Peugeot on, we talked about his art and iconography and being an Eastern Orthodox, yada, like talk about all that stuff. But then he like dropped this gem on me about like, hey, if you want to be an artist or a creative, like you got to be willing to be poor. And I was like, well, what do you mean? And then he like explained what he meant. And it was one of the most beneficial things he was really saying, you have to learn to live on less than what you make. Yeah. And then he got into a house and paid off his house. Yeah. And then he was able to become an artist. Yeah. You know, and I'm like, bro, that's such a massive gem to actually lay out a linear path for Christian creators to say, hey, if you want to be a Christian creator, just know you're going to struggle and suffer. Yeah. But here's what I did. I decreased my overhead to nothing. There's no expenses. So then I can build up a career. That's actually a piece right behind you by Jonathan Peugeot.
Oh, this one right here?
Yeah.
I was looking at it.
Yeah, so that's the Jonathan Peugeot piece. And so like when he broke it down like that, I was like, oh, this is so valuable. Like that doesn't necessarily belong on the main channel or on the Blessed God Studios channel, but so we just kind of have like that third channel. And then I'm also interested about talking about business topics and YouTube strategies and all that.
Would you ever take that knowledge and package it in like a course?
Yeah, we have a course.
Yeah.
We have a course. We just don't promote it. You know, especially like how courses can come off.
Yeah.
It can come off very scammy. So we just do audience segmentation. So like this audience may not need a course on how to be a YouTuber, but Zach's been doing a course. It's actually not just a course. It's a course. They get the course, but it's actually Zach doing group coaching calls with them. So it's every week, 8 weeks. Okay. And he's in there with them, and then they have access to him on Discord and they have access to him on Voxer. Yeah. Yeah. So
I think that's really cool.
Yeah. So super dope. And then the results, I mean, what's the turnaround been? It's like folks' views are up like 300-400%. Yeah. Like crazy results that they're getting.
Specifically people who want to do YouTube?
Yeah. It's strictly for them. If you're a smaller creator and you want to figure out a system that could help you develop predictable growth and learn exactly how we've been able to grow all 3 of my channels here on YouTube, check out this free webinar that me and Zach have coming up just for you. It's free, and you can sign up for that by hitting the link in the pinned comment below.
Majority of the population can do YouTube, in your opinion?
I feel like anyone that has an expert level of opinion on something, meaning they have something they've fixed for themselves, or they have like an actual expertise. I think everyone like that should have a YouTube channel. Yeah. If you're like 18 years old, you just came to faith in Jesus, no, I don't think you should have a YouTube. No, I think you should just follow Jesus, serve in your local church. But I think everyone that's like gone through something, has a crazy life, crazy story, overcame something, or just someone that like has something interesting they've done. Yeah. Like I think should have some sort of public presence. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just wise to hedge your bets on developing a direct connection with your audience. Yeah. Yeah. So what do you think? You think everyone should have a YouTube channel, or everyone that has something to say should have a YouTube channel?
I think everybody should get on. I think everybody should be more vocal about their beliefs in general. And I think social media is the perfect platform to do that for sure. Especially now with the ability to reach as many people as we can reach. I think we should definitely try to, be more willing to share our opinions and share our beliefs, especially if your, belief is in Jesus Christ, because you're literally giving life to people. And that's why I kind of got upset a little bit, because I was reading the comments and people were like, oh, Nick, you talk too much. I'm like, bro, what? I talk too much?
You talk too much on your own channel?
Yeah, I'm like, bro, it's my podcast. How do I talk too much? So I was kind of just saying, like, my whole life, which is crazy, everyone's told me that I don't talk enough. And then it's like I start talking and sharing my opinion and people say you talk too much. And it's like you can't please people. You can't do things just in order to please people. You have to have that firm foundation and know what you're doing it for. And in my case, it's to glorify God and to bring people closer to him.
Yeah, I think there's a constituency of people on the internet that come to watch channels like ours that aren't actually there for the commentary. They're there for the curation. And then they're like, hey man, don't talk during the video.
Oh, just play the video.
Just play the video
and talk afterwards.
Like, fam, you don't understand what this is. Like you're literally on a channel that says Nick Jones. Yeah. Like this is your channel. Yeah. So, and you can get into serious issues with fair use if you just play videos. Exactly. And you don't chop it up and add commentary and stuff like that. So that's really funny. Tell me this. It seems like on your channel, as well as on mine, and we talked a little bit about this offline, that there's been kind of like a shift that's happened where you're highlighting more like incredible testimony. Like this is the most encouraging thing you'll hear this week. It seems like you've kind of are in real time making a shift to highlight things that you're excited about and people sharing their faith and being excited about, and not just chase down heresy and foolishness. Is that accurate?
I think I'm still trying to find that balance. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Okay.
Because just being completely transparent, and people can look at the numbers and stuff, but the things that get the most views and clicks are typically the trendy pop culture stuff, like the quote unquote drama stuff. And not saying it's all about that. It's not all about the views and the clicks and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I do think there is an opportunity to reach people in that. And it's crazy because I don't know. I wrestle with a lot of videos that I post. Sometimes I don't even really want to post, but God tells me to make a video and I make it. And I'm like, are you sure you want me to talk about this? And I do it, and then I post. And I don't even look at it for like 2 weeks. And I go back and read the comments. I'm like, oh snap. But like somebody, I made a video on somebody, like very famous person. I made like multiple videos on this person, like talking about his like marriage and just a whole bunch of stuff. And I try to be respectful. I try to go back to the Bible. Naturally, some of my personality comes through, so I'll crack jokes and stuff, but I try to keep it respectful. But I don't know. I was kind of feeling some type of way about it. I was feeling like I was maybe being too harsh, or maybe I was like clickbaiting too much, or trying to look for, you know, content too much in it. But then randomly I get a DM from said individual, and I didn't even want to open the DM because I was like, oh, he's finna tear me up in the DMs. Like it's not gonna be good. And I opened it and I was like, bro, it was so positive. He was like, thank you for, you know,
I got a funny story.
Yeah, he's like, thank you, like for saying that. Like, I see your heart, and like I want to amplify your message and stuff like that. And I was like, bro, honestly, I did not expect you to say that. So it's stuff like that, and I see where people are coming from.
I'm gonna mute our mics and put the camera on me. Can you tell me who it is? But we're not gonna say it publicly, but I'm just curious. So give me 1 sec. All right. So who are you talking about?
Yeah. Who do you think it was?
That makes sense.
Okay.
That makes sense because I know this person. No, they didn't hear it. They didn't hear it. I'm
Y'all
pretty sure
in the chat?
They did not hear that.
Put a 1 if you heard it in the chat.
They did not hear it. Put the name if you heard it in the chat, because they all know
Put
the name.
if you heard the chat.
Because they all know. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So funny story. You're right. And so let me just echo and amen that. There is a tension there, right? Because here's the tension. One side is it's not Tim Ross. You guys struck out.
It's not Tim Ross.
There's a
that
tension.
Would be really cool, actually.
Well, Tim is on that energy too, though.
Is he?
He's very much so on that.
Yeah.
So there's a tension. One, there's a YouTube algorithm. You know the videos that are gonna go. You dunking on people. You know the libs are dumb. These people are crazy. There's that.
Yeah.
Then there's the tension of, well, if I don't go to people where they're at and I don't reach people in terms of what they're interested in, then who is going to reach them?
Yeah.
Right. And I'm not saying that like, I think primarily we probably speak to Christian audiences.
Yeah.
But there are Christians who are interested in this and are genuinely trying to think through whatever's happening in culture from a biblical lens. And then there's non-Christians that'll just get served up our videos in the algorithm that may have never heard a Christian perspective on said topic.
Yeah.
So there's that component. But then there's a tension of man, I don't want to just make videos where my response is, and this person's dumb. Yeah. Right? Like, or this person doesn't get it, or they're blind, or they're deceived. Like, I don't want to just do that. But those are the videos that go. Like, those are the videos that go super, super hard. So we've made it, you've probably noticed it. Like, I made an intentional point to about a year and a half ago, we stopped talking about celebrity pastors in general. I
haven't seen you post anything.
Yeah. With the caveat, I think
I'm very curious to know what your opinions are.
Yeah. With the caveat of Andy Stanley in his gay conference.
Yeah.
And
gay conference is crazy.
And what's it called? Who's the guy? The dude that just with the 12-year-old. Robert Morris.
Robert Morris.
Yeah. I think we talked about that on the main channel. So we generally like have stayed away from it. And I don't think Carl Lentz is a celebrity pastor anymore. I think he's just doing a podcast.
People want to know about that though, and they want to know your opinion about it.
Yeah, they do. It's just that did I tell you my whole theory about it?
No.
So I did a Mike Todd video last Easter.
Yeah.
And I came to this realization of like, fam, it's a symbiotic relationship.
Mm-hmm.
He benefits from Christian YouTube being outraged about him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I much rather work towards having a conversation with him, which I've reached out to him, to his brother, through a mutual friend.
Yeah.
And I'll rather have a conversation with him and bring my concerns and things I like about him to him than to talk about him. You know what I mean?
It's biblical.
And I think that to me is a healthier approach. And then in general, I've just tried to do less videos of like, this person got this wrong versus like, hey, this person got this right.
Yeah.
However, they got this wrong. Right? This person got this right. However, right? So like that's like an intentional thing, because ultimately like rage content, call out content, it just goes.
It goes crazy.
But I don't know if it actually helps anybody grow in the Lord.
If it's beneficial.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's the tension but it sucks that like that's what gets people popping. Like that's what the algorithm serves up, is like, it's like call out content. So I think there's a way to do it where you can talk about the things that are concerning without dehumanizing somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's the tension. And I think you do that to be completely like transparent. Like I think you do that. And that's why I think you got that DM. Now let me tell you a similar story, DM.
Yeah.
This is a video that I did not want to make, and it's not online anymore. I did not want to make this video. I felt like I had no other choice but to make this video. I exhausted every resource to not make this video. I reached out to everybody. I sat on this for 4 or 5 days.
Wow.
And this is a video that like, I guess I kind of regret making, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
But the same exact thing happened. When Furtick's son was doing his drill rap.
Yeah, the beats are kind of crazy.
The beats are nuts. And let me just say that kid is talented.
He's got talent.
He's objectively good at making music and making beats. Like he is dope. And I reached out to him. I reached out to the mom. I reached out to the dad. I reached out to everyone.
Before you put the video out?
For like 4 days. Before I even made the video. Like I
response?
Knew nobody responded to me except him.
Yeah.
And then I was sending him voice notes. Like we would like kind of going back and forth. It was all cordial. I sent him voice notes. And I said, man, like, this is just not a good look, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you're way too dope to be doing this. This is not a good look. I would really consider taking it now, because this will go viral.
Yeah.
And people will find out.
Yeah.
And he blocked me. So long story short, I did that video. That video does well. And then I don't know if it's because I did the video or because that story was already breaking.
Yeah.
But then that story goes massive. Like everyone's talking about it. Sure enough, almost 1 year to the date, he reached out and same thing. Yo,
really?
I changed the direction of my music. I want you to check out my new album. It's all clean.
Yeah.
I'm trying to glorify God with my gifts. I'm not doing this anymore. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, and I really wrestled with that video, bro. I didn't want to make that video.
Yeah.
I talked to my therapist about it, and my therapist had an interesting take where he's like, man, like, we think that love is just about being kind and nice.
Yeah.
But love has if you truly love something, there's an opposition to it. Like if you love children, you hate people who abuse children.
Yeah.
If you love the church, you hate people that abuse the church, right? So there's a healthy inverse of love that looks the opposite of love, but it's actually not. It actually complements love.
Is a Christian therapist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That connects you. Dr. Rudy's nuts. We're gonna have him at the summit.
Yeah.
Dude, he's so good. He's so good. He's always dropping just that kind of stuff. I really had to work through that, bro, because I felt bad, and I took the video down. I'm sure people could track it down, but I took the video down, and that and to his credit, like, he reached out. And we've been cordial ever since. And maybe we'll have him on the channel at some point. I don't know. But yeah, so that was like a thing that, like, oh man, like, I don't ever want to make.
Yeah.
And I don't want the channel to be like, you're the guy that did the video about the pastor's kid.
Yeah. Do you think I lean into that stuff too much?
I don't watch all of your videos.
Yeah.
I think you used to. And I've seen a shift. I think you used to. I think like maybe 2 years ago, it was definitely like, Nick's mad. But then it's like, you're so
you texted
entertaining.
me one time. You're like, bro, you look a little mad.
What was that about? Do you remember what that was about?
I forget what it was about. I can't remember. They're probably about like Mike Todd or something. I can't remember, bro.
I think you have this like hilarious like you have this like temperament that you just like, you'll be like, man, I don't know anymore, man. Like the video will start like that. And I'm just like, but there's this like it's relatable.
Yeah.
And the pacing of it. And so I think you used to like it would be like, because that's so again, a great way to make content, a unhealthy way to live your life.
Yeah.
Right? Most art is like that. The stuff that makes video, the songs that go great because you got broken up with the girlfriend that cheated on you.
Yeah.
Is like awful when you're going through it, right?
Yeah.
So it was almost like at one point, like you would wake up and you just find something to be angry about. And they make a video about it.
Yeah.
And I did too. Like we all did.
Yeah.
But then I think about like a Mike Winger. Like I think of like when he does a call out video, how meticulous and careful he is. And I think like that, I think like he's one of the few that like has that grace over him where he could do it in a way where you can't say Mike Winger is the call out guy. Mm-hmm. Like you can't dismiss his entire, you know what I mean? Like Mike Winger is so much more than that. So I think there's like a balance. But I will say, I do feel like you've intentionally shifted within the last 12 months for sure.
Yeah.
Where it's less of that. And even when you're doing that, you come off in like the chat's saying it here, like you come off in a genuine way. Thank you so much for watching that video. Guys, I believe that one of the best ways you can build a business is by first building a platform online. So Zach Sparazzo put together a free training for you on the #1 metric you can be looking for to explode your YouTube platform. Click the link in the pinned comment below so you can start that now. All right? I'll see you over there. Peace.